Yo, what's up guys? Midnight Osiris here, and in this video I am actually not with KG Skippy. I just wanted to do a quick video kind of talking about using your shotgun in Black Ops. I was gonna do a video about kind of reviewing the map pack, but here's my review. It's alright. It's not bad. I'd buy it if I liked Call of Duty. I wouldn't buy it if I wasn't too into it. So let's get to the shotgunning. The first thing I do in this match is I run up behind the fountain and I place a jammer down. I accidentally put the jammer on the class, but it ended up being a pretty useful addition, not just for domination, but for a shotgun, using your shotgun as a whole. I don't know, I keep wanting to say shotgunning. It's not really a word, but it's really useful for a shotgun class, and it's definitely useful for this map. One thing I like to use it for, this balcony sitting above me right now is usually the area that I like jamming from behind the fountain. When I spawn at ADOM, I like to place the jammer right behind the fountain so I can block out that balcony, so anybody who likes to camp up there has no radar. When I spawn at CDOM, I actually place the jammer on the balcony, which is actually kind of a bad spot since a lot of people like to throw nades in Domination, and both that and BDOM are pretty popular nade spots. But I like to put a jammer up there so I can kind of block out anybody who wants to try and get on BDOM. So if you're playing Domination and you want to use a piece of equipment and you plan on rushing, I really do suggest the jammer. It actually works pretty well. And it made me realize one thing, actually. Well, not one thing. It made me realize a few things. First of all, I'm kind of bad with using the shotgun. But second, aiming is a big factor when you're using your standard weapons, like your assault rifles and your SMGs. It's not so big a factor when you're using a shotgun because of the bullet spread. You still gotta aim, but just not as much. You know, a much bigger thing is the routes you take, and somehow getting within a close range of your enemies. You have to beat out people who are undoubtedly going to be using weapons that are more versatile than yours. And the way you do that is make good routes, use cover, and don't be afraid to run away, which is kind of a weird statement, being afraid to run away. But for some reason, a lot of people in this game like to, for instance, if they're sitting out in the open, and they're both shooting at each other, they like to just stay there and not make any attempt to get out of the situation. They like to face it out like they're cowboys or something, when in all actuality you're not gonna be successful if you play the game like that. One thing I also noticed while I was playing was it's easy to become unaware of your weaknesses. When you're used to playing with an assault rifle or an SMG, sometimes you get used to being able to use such a versatile weapon. And what I mean by that is that both assault rifles and SMGs are pretty okay when it comes to long range, short range, and mid range. You know, you're not really losing much by using those weapons. But your shotguns and your sniper rifles, those are the more extreme versions of short range and long range. So they can't do as well in mid range, and the shotgun is completely ineffective at long range, and the same goes for the sniper rifle when it comes to short range. So if you use the assault rifles and the SMGs, you just have to kind of get used to not overestimating your weapon. Just don't think it can shoot farther than it actually can, which actually kind of falls into why I use the stakeout over the 4 other shotguns. Oh, my bad. The 3 other shotguns. The SPAS 12, the HS10, and the Olympia. The stakeout just seems to have a much longer range than any of the other shotguns, and that was the main reason I picked it. I went into this match wanting to kind of avoid that sneak from cover to cover and try and control areas type of gameplay. I wanted to get into the action. I wanted to capture points, and that was my main goal. And I can't play like that if I have a gun that just has no range on it. I probably would have used the SPAS 12 coupled with the silencer if I was playing something like TDM, and I would have paired it up with Ghost and started flanking, but I just decided the stakeout was a better weapon. As far as the Olympia and the HS10 go, I honestly just don't use them at all. I just don't think they're good weapons. The Olympia has a horribly short range, and while it's powerful within that range, it just anything beyond it, you're not going to hit anything beyond it. It's the same thing goes for the HS10. The HS10 has a pretty short range. Actually, the HS10 is a little like if they upgraded the Olympia. It's got a little longer range than the Olympia. It's got a tad bit of a bigger clip, but in the end, it's just I just don't believe they're good weapons. And in fact, the HS10 only really gets worse with that akimbo attachment, or the dual weapon attachment. Still stuck in the Modern Warfare 2 days. But as far as shotguns go, I really think the stakeout's the best. The grip attachment is probably the most useful, right up there with the suppressor. As far as your class setup goes, I think it's pretty straightforward. All the shotguns only have one attachment, so it's a pretty easy choice. It's a pretty easy decision. As far as equipment goes, I already suggested using the jammer. The C4 is also a pretty good option for an objective game type. Tactical insertion works. They're all pretty good, except maybe Claymores, or that camera, the camera that nobody uses. But aside from those, most everything works. I just think the jammer is probably the best option there. And your grenades. I use Semtex grenades mostly out of habit. I use Semtex a lot in Modern Warfare 2, so those are the grenades that I typically go to. And if they're in Modern Warfare 3, I'm going to be using them too. So, not for any particular reason aside from they blow up faster. The special grenades I typically use are the concussion grenades or the Nova gas grenades. The Nova gas, again, out of preference, or the concussion because you throw it out faster. I don't use decoy because I use a headset, and to me it just sounds like such a fake noise. Even when you're looking at it on the radar, it's just very obvious that there's a decoy on the map. It's popping around. I just don't think it's a good special grenade for any class. I use flash grenades. No, I don't use flash grenades because you don't throw them out as fast as you throw out concussions, and that's the main reason behind that. As far as perks go, typically when I think of a shotgun class, the first thing that comes to mind is that typical Russian class, steady aim, marathon, and lightweight. And while that is a good Russian class, I don't really suggest it for domination. The first perk that I used actually was Scavenger, because I wanted to keep using the shotgun throughout the entire game, and it pretty much worked. I only missed one kill with the Scorpion. Flak Jacket is always a good idea for any objective game type, so that works too. But as far as perk setups go, the main thing you have to do is just don't make stupid decisions. Don't put Warlord on your class, because you know, no shotgun has two attachments. I think this video is just about coming to an end. So those are about all the shotgun tips I have. This was just kind of a short overview, not kind of just going over how to use the shotgun. That was 201 to 168. I think I went 57 and an 8 with 6 caps and 5 defense. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.